Right, so a lot of people ask me what macro I use in SOLS RNG. So originally I was using fire rages. Obviously that one is done in tiny task. Anybody can use tiny task, by the way. It's simple. You record it, stop recording it, you save it, and then you can play it, and then you can even send it to other people. But I found a new one, which I'm going to link in the there hasn't been like a video on it. There's a couple people have made a video on it, but like it's not really like known. I'm gonna put this link in the description. We don't care about none of this, you know. This just shows you what you're like downloading before you download it. The first thing you need to download is auto hockey. So you click this, then you click download, and you download version 1, not 2. Version 1.1. And then you download it, and then you'd probably press the first one. That's what I did. That's what works for me. You can change some stuff, do the tutorial, or just run it. I just run it because that's just very simple. So once you run it, this will come up. I don't think I need to explain what this is. It's called auto hockey. It's basically tiny task, but way more advanced, to the point where you can, you know, collect coins, do the hobby, auto craft, turn auto crafting on and off, collect, turn off different like routes. So like, let's say I don't want to collect the potion in the house, I can turn that off. Let's say I want to make it so that like I teleport with the arcane instead of just walking around, you know, all that stuff. I want to collect this aura and not that aura. You get the idea. But yeah, to put it simply, this is like a more advanced tiny task, I guess. It's obviously allowed in SOLS RNG because it's considered a macro, but in other games it'd be considered cheating. So, you know, once you install this, you can move on to the next step. Alright, so with the next, you guys want to open this in a different tab. Anyways, come back to this screen. Next step you want to do is you want to click on this. This will take you to the newest version. So whatever additions and things, you know, like let's say in the Discord here, he says he added like improved road detection, you know. You can download it from here too with the updates. Put it in here. You can download it directly from here. Click the link. You know, it'll give you like updates on like what's going on with it in case it breaks or something. Yeah, you just come through here, you download this one or the other one, depending on like which one you'd have, and then you'd come through here and, you know, you'd extract it. So I use 7-zip. That's just easy for me. Extract it, then you open it, and you know, you can look at some of this stuff. You probably want to read me, you know, it just tells you some couple of different things, you know, like what it does, some useful information. But yeah, to start it, you'd want to press this, and then here you go. You can make it do the hobby every 2 minutes, check for the hobby buff effect. You know, and if you don't know what something does, you can click the question mark and it'll explain everything to you. This auto equip rate, I don't really trust it, right? Because it's obviously accurate because you can select the storage slot and everything. But I'm not gonna take the risk of it accidentally deleting something. You know, and they just added automatic item crafting, so I can make it craft gilded coins. You can also turn on automatic potion crafting, and you can actually select like Fortune 1, Heavenly 2. There's 3 different slots, and it'll do it. And there's the status. This is like the coolest part to this. What you would do, right? You come through your Discord, right? Let's say I'm in my own server. So you'd come into your server, you'd find the channel that you'd want it to like post this kind of stuff. So it tells you what you wrote without you even playing the game, basically. And it'll even show you screenshots of your inventory, tell you if the macro stopped for whatever reason, all types of stuff. But you'd come here, you'd create it, you know, you can change the name, cooking or something, and then you just save it and you copy the link, the URL, and then you just post it here and you enable it. That's it. And then for it to ping you, you'd have to come here, copy user ID, paste it here, and then it'll ping you every time you get like something important like that. So like with this, right, if you turn on important events, it'll only send you when you disconnect from, instead of literally like, if you leave it off, it'll tell you when it's going to the hobby, when it's collecting something, when it's crafting something. I like to put it on important only because, but I'm gonna leave it on everything just to show everything. The status bar, when you're in the game, right here there will be a bar that tells you what's happening. The send minimum, right? So let's say I pulled exotic, right? And I have it to 100,000. It's not gonna tell me I pulled exotic. And then you can also have the aura images, but that takes longer to like ping you or send the message about it. Then you can change the inventory screenshots. So like if I have it at 60, it'll ping me every hour with the inventory screenshot. If you have the VIP Game Pass, you have to enable this, otherwise it won't work. Then there's the private server link. So if you disconnect it or reconnect, I don't use this because most times when the game shuts down, it fixes or adds something that automatically breaks the macro anyway. So if you rejoin, it might mess up something, delete one here or something. I don't know. Something might go wrong, so I just leave that off. Arcane teleport pass. So if you have Arcane on, probably you're gonna have to turn on the enable auto equip and set it to whatever slot your Arcane is in. That's if you want to use this. You can just leave it off and it'll just run around the map instead of teleporting around the map. This is the Y offset. So let's say your collection button is a little off, you have to change this. But if you have it in 1920 by 1080 at your resolution, you should be fine. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's made by Dolphin, obviously. I'll leave the links are in the description, obviously, to his Discord, his GitHub link. He's the one that made this. This is obviously allowed in SOLS RNG. Other games have stuff like this, but it's not allowed at all, unless they say it is allowed, which in this case it's allowed because it's considered a macro. Alright, so here's the new macro I've been using. I'm going to explain how you download it and everything, how you get it, what each thing does as I go along doing it, and then after I'll show the installation process. All the links to the person that made it and everything are in the description, right? But anyways, to start it, you want to click into the game, F1, and it'll start. Actually, hold on. I want to use the Arcane. F3 to stop. F2 to pause. Arcane to pause. Once you press OK, please click on the inventory slot that you like to. Okay, so in order to set that, you come through here. You have to open up your inventory. You click select storage slot, and then you click on it. And you press OK. Or you press OK, and then you click on it. So that's arcane, 100% arcane. I put it in the middle of arcane. Okay, and then you just press start rolling, whatever, F1. It equips my arcane, resets my character, and it should be going by arcane paths because I have it set to arcane, which I believe is only with the obby part. Let's see. I actually don't know how the gilded crafting coin part works. This obviously broke. Okay, here it's gonna teleport automatically. There we go. It collects the obby. One thing I don't like about this macro is the chat is closed, so going to be a little hard to tell if I pull something because I use the chat a lot, especially while I'm editing. I use the chat a lot. Not sure what it's doing. So yeah, having arcane on and the gilded crafting part on seems to have broken it, so I wouldn't recommend using that right now. So use one or the other. Yeah, it seems a bit glitchy with arcane. So it goes there, teleports here. Okay, what walks that edge there? I have yet to use it with arcane. This is like when they dropped this, like a couple hours later, it broke. So the game got updated, and they added the credit menu, which broke everything for some reason. And it goes to every collection slot. It's actually spamming. It's actually using the arcane quite. Arcane's obviously like you don't need arcane to use this. You can just there's a walk option. I'm just trying to see if arcane's better or not. I should have just used the walk version. I haven't seen it craft a single gilded coin. I think that's because I have it set to every 10 minutes. So I'm gonna lower that. And we're gonna turn off arcane path. Yeah, while all this is happening, this is why I turn on in here. This is why I turn on important events only, because it tells me beginning crafting cycle, aligning character, macro stop, starting macro, initializing, performing mouse. It tells me literally everything that it's doing. So I'm gonna turn on important events only, and we're gonna start it now. I believe 10 minutes. I believe gilded crafting, since it's RNG based, 10 minutes might be too much, so it might fill your inventory if you don't have a lot of inventory. But yeah, I wouldn't leave gilded coin crafting on. Your inventory is bound to get filled regardless, because obviously you're pulling auras that you might want to keep or that you have set to auto equip. At the same time, you're rolling gildeds. Gildeds are way easier to get. Your inventory is eventually going to fill up, so unless you have like a million slots, your inventory is probably gonna get filled by the time you wake up or by the time you come back from whatever you're doing. So yeah, you probably want to watch like what's happening. Maybe there's a inventory full detection system that's in the works for this macro, hopefully. So that'd probably be the best way to fix this without having like a million slot. Yeah, this is the absolute best way. You just need to experiment with like gilded coin crafting to make sure that your inventory doesn't get filled. And Besides that, the only other flaw I could see is the chat being closed. Also, right, if you need to install the new version of Macro and you forgot what your settings were, you don't feel like getting the user ID again, the webhook again, figuring out how many minutes you had on, you can literally just press import settings. Then you press OK and it tell you right here. You press on the config file from the last one, from the last version that you used, and that would import all your settings. If you found this video helpful or you enjoyed the video at all, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 700 subscribers before June 28th. And for the next couple of videos, they might not be SOLS RNG, but the next time I do play SOLS RNG, I will definitely be using this macro. Yeah, I'll probably use this in another spinning, rolling, however many hours. Leave it on overnight one day and I might post it. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. This is the best macro. All the links are in the description. I explained it. If you have any questions about it, ask me. You can join his Discord. Ask them. They probably know better than I do. But I can try and help you. Bye.